What's up, everybody? We are back again for another video, and we're going to take a little bit of a change of pace, and today we're going to be working on the 240SX, aka Alice. So Alice needs a few things. She runs, she drives, she needs a better tune. She's kind of just got like a startup drive tune on her right now, but the reason I haven't been driving her, number one, is because these tires are shot. As you can see, they're super dry rotted. They are disgusting. Yeah. So I like these rims pretty good. So we're gonna keep those obviously, but I did get some new tires. So I also got the tires that are on here are 205/50 R17s. I got 205/40 R17s. A little bit smaller tire. As you can see, these got a pretty big sidewall. Those do not. So you can also see, even though this tire's flat, but I got a pretty good gap here on my fender still. As you can see, so I have lowering springs in here right now, but they're not super low. As you can see, I have pretty good gap here. So I got some smaller tires, and obviously to go with our smaller tires, so it doesn't look like a monster truck, I got some coilovers. Now, don't throw me hate mail. I got the cheapest effing coilovers I could find because I don't have a ton of money to spend on the 240 right now. I'd like to have a nice set of BCs, Fortune Autos, but again, I don't have $1,000, $1,500 to spend on coilovers right now, so I decided to go the opposite direction and literally get the cheapest ones I could find. So, I got the eBay special max speeding coilovers. I've actually already opened them and looked at them, but we're going to go ahead and take a look. So, these are obviously just your standard coilovers. The fronts do have the pillow ball on the top. When I ordered these, I did not order the ones with the dampening control, but they sent me the ones with the dampening control. So, I'm cool with that because they were like $60 or $70 more. Like I said, I ordered the cheapest ones I could find. So, these are eBay special. Max speeding. First impressions, they seem pretty nice. I did not order orange. I believe I ordered red, but again, they sent me dampening ones. You're not really going to see them that much anyway, so I'm not really too concerned about it. They do have the double lock nuts here, one for spring preload, one for lowering. Like I said, these do have the pillow ball. The fronts have the pillow ball, the rears do not, and all four have dampening control. So the only real complaint that I have heard about these is that this pillow ball joint is not lubricated and they clunk. So we're probably going to end up taking these apart and lubing this pillow ball joint and putting them back together, but we're going to save that for another time. Well, not another time. We're going to do it before we put them on. But so what we're going to do right now is we're going to take the front wheel off. We're actually going to take all the wheels off so that I can get the tires put on. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to take the wheel off and we're going to try to get this front coilover in real quick and drop it back down to the ground just to kind of see what kind of lowering we're going to get out of it. So obviously it's not going to be true because it's just going to be one side lowered, but you know, we'll see what happens. All right, so this is going to be a little skewed now because obviously one side has a coilover in it and the other side doesn't. So, but I mean, I don't know how well you can tell from the camera, but immediately I can tell that this side is definitely obviously lower now. Let's see here. So there's the original lowering spring side. And obviously this is probably a little bit higher because of the lean of the car and that the other tire is flat. But I'm thinking the flat tire is actually helping us on this side because it's probably about the size of my new tires. But here is the lowered side. And yeah, it's pretty low. It's pretty low. Funny because this looks like about the same height as the back is right now, but this is also not as low as it can go. So I'm going to go ahead and work on taking all 4 of the wheels off now so we can get the new tires put on tomorrow, and then tomorrow we'll come back through and yeah, get it going. As the title of the video is probably going to be, we are going to slam the 240. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make it as low as possible and just see what we can get out of these coilovers without getting too crazy. Couple things we're going to do to make that happen. So here's our coilover. This is our front coilover. What we're going to do is right now, and I've already measured this, is the preload on this spring is about 1/4 of an inch. So if you let this spring go all the way out till this lock nut is loose and it's just barely holding the spring in, and then you start to measure, you'll end up with it. These are preloaded to about 1/4 inch, which is 1/4 inch beyond that point. We're going to load them up to about 3/4 of an inch, which is about as low as I can get on the front shocks. We matched the back shocks. A couple other things we're going to do. We're going to take these 2 lock rings out and we're going to butt this right up to this plate right here. Last thing we're going to do, or 2 last things we're going to do, is we're going to lubricate. So these threads tend to rust. I know it's not going to help too much, but we got some anti-seize we're going to put here so that this outer ring doesn't seize to this inner ring if it starts to rust. And we're also going to lubricate this pillow ball in here. So you can't really take the pillow ball out of this plate because there's a fitting on the bottom that's pressed in. So we're basically just going to shoot lithium, white lithium grease into here and on the bottom side, and just get as much in there as we can. And that way, hopefully, it will work its way in there and we won't get any of that annoying clunking that people seem to complain about with these coilovers. So we're going to go ahead and get started with that. Alright, and there we have it. The lowest pretty much possible we can go with these shocks. There's actually probably maybe another 1/4 inch of threads here, but that's pretty much as low as we can go. Yeah, 3/4 inches of preload, no locking nuts. The only other thing we're going to do is on top of your stock shocks, between your body and the top plate of your shock, there is a rubber gasket, and mine were all deteriorated, so I got a template here out of this rubber gasket material. I don't know what this is really supposed to be used for, but we'll cut this out and then we'll put it right on top, sandwiched between the body and the top of the shock, coilover, and that'll be it. Well, goddamn. I got those coils as low as they can go. And it is pretty low now. Definitely tucking tire. Looks pretty good. The front's not cambered too bad. It's kind of funny actually because I think there's more camber on this wheel in the front than there is on the other one. Not by much. So it could we just need some adjustment in the pillow balls or in the top plates. But the back's got some pretty mean camber. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, you can see it there. So, and then obviously because these rims aren't super wide, we definitely need maybe a little bit of wheel spacers going on, but I'm pretty happy with this right now. So we created 2 issues by doing this. Number one, if we look underneath, hopefully you can see that my exhaust is literally laying on the ground right now. So we're gonna have to figure that out first and get that raised up a little bit. And the second issue is my driveway. My driveway has a pretty mean slope at the end here. So I'm not sure I can get it out of the driveway. So that's going to take some creative play too. But the car looks great. Very happy with how it turned out. And now we know you can tuck tire on super cheap max beating coilovers. That's going to be it for this video. I got some goodies coming up for the Datsun truck, a couple new tools, a couple new parts. We're going to be working on those floor pans. I have a new welder, which we're going to be doing a review on eventually, once I can get all the processes set up. And we're also going to be using it to re-weld my exhaust on the 240 so we can get that off the ground and hopefully get it out of the driveway. So stay tuned. A little bit more work to do on the 240. More work to do on the Datsun to come. And if you like the channel, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.